Hey, what's up guys? This is Sans from the Eclectic Podcast, and today we're going to be taking a look at MP-27 Cybertron Security Ironhide. This is a figure that I've actually been kind of excited for. I think this one and Jazz are my two most wanted Masterpiece figures that I've yet to see yet. So this was really exciting to kind of get this out of the box and get to take a look at this. I never had it as a kid, so I was really anxious to see what Masterpiece's take on him was. Real quick, we will take a look at the packaging. Top of the box, of course, we just have Transformers Masterpiece. On the side, the Nissan Sherry Vanette. Back of the box gives you a bunch of different kind of configurations. This guy comes with a bunch of accessories, and this just kind of shows you some of the different stuff that he comes with, of course, obviously. Bunch of different items on there. So I'm really curious to see what all those are and just kind of see how to accessorize him. Other side of the box just shows him in his bot mode there. Then of course at the bottom we do have a bunch of stuff that I cannot read. A bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, I guess kind of the description of what the contents are that make him. And of course the officially licensed Nissan logo down there at the bottom. That was a look at the packaging. Let's go ahead and let's open this guy up and take a look at what's inside. Alright, here he is out of the package. Real quick, we'll look at his accessories that he comes with. Of course, we do have instruction manual. Kind of the typical thing that we've seen from other Masterpiece figures. Tech specs. On the back side, of course, we do have all of his instructions for transformation. And then front side here just shows you a bunch of the different views of him, some concept art, some of the different accessories and why he comes with them and stuff like that. Typical Masterpiece instructions. We also have his spec card. Actually, really cool looking artwork on the front of that. They've kind of broken away from their traditional grid pattern with the figure in there. Kind of more what was in line with, I guess, the G1 type of figures. And there it is on the back. Mine's slightly bent, but whatever. Of course, there's tech specs. There he is. Looks good. You also get this little insert for his visor. I've got that upside down. And this is from whenever he first was scanning for Dinobots. This was his scan for those there. Here's his accessory sled. It does come with a rocket launcher. Let's look at this guy real quick. That rocket does remove. It doesn't fire or anything like that, but it is nicely chromed out. Spray hand nozzles to shoot out some liquid. I guess kind of like a type of cannon. That's what that looks like. Another little kind of liquid shooter. His flame effects for his rocket pack, which we have here. His pistols. He's got two of these. We also have like the hydrant hose for him. And we'll go, like I said, we'll go through more of these whenever we get them into bot mode and kind of show some of that stuff off. It also has a little radar dish back there. But yeah, he comes with a ton of accessories. A bunch of different stuff so you can kind of set him up the way you want him, which is really kind of nice. I'm glad they included all this different stuff with him. It gives you definitely the value for the dollar that you're paying. Here's the van out of the box, and he looks really, really good. The paint job really looks nice on him. It's painted all the way across. Some people are complaining about the blue, and it doesn't bother me so much. I think it looks pretty good on this figure. I do kind of wish that they kind of maybe did something different here where you couldn't see quite in there so easily. And then he's got this kind of faux camper sunroof area. But I think all in all, that is a really good looking van. The paint apps are really nicely done. That stripe, that fade stripe that they've got going on the side there looks great. The colors just look phenomenal. Really, really nice. I like the chrome on the back. On the bumper, there's exhaust pipe and chrome. The taillights look good. Repro Labels needs to come up with something for this back here. That would be kind of cool. Little windshield wiper. Looks good. Rims, I kind of wish the rims were chrome to match kind of the bumper. I think that would have really added a lot to the figure. No rear view mirrors on the side, which are kind of odd because Masterpiece has always included those, even though they're additional kind of add-ons. Not that it bothers me so much because I never put those things on, but still kind of odd that they didn't include that. And of course, the headlights, that looks really good. I do kind of wish they would have put a clear kind of cover over the top of the lens, just to kind of give it a little bit more of an authentic feel. But I think that looks really good. I like the little accents they have down there. Really nice. Also in vehicle mode, you do have kind of your typical Masterpiece little area up there where you can tab some stuff in. You can plug this in, I believe. Unless I'm just completely wrong, jackass. Oh, no. Yeah. It's not the most secure fit, but you can get that on there, which is kind of cool. Rolls fine. I'm not crazy about that though. Let's take that off. Along with being able to tab in that sprayer up on the top, at the bottom here, you do have slots in here that you can actually peg in his pistols so that they're with him at all times, and they snap in nicely, and it doesn't interfere with the rolling at all. So that's kind of a cool touch. You can actually keep those weapons down there with him all times. Something else I forgot to mention is on the rocket sled itself, or on the accessory sled, you do have a place to keep his face stored as well, as an additional face. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get this guy into his bot mode. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to lift this section from the back here. Just move that all the way up, bringing this out. Same thing on this side. Let's go ahead and swing this out. You've got a hole right here with a little tab. Should go in together just like that. Same thing on this side. Then we can go ahead and we can bring this down. Extend that section, which has a really nice slide. Bring these arm sides up. The shoulder pieces, I should say. Work this section back in. Make sure that we tuck these on the inside of that. Got that all nice and secured up top. Take these tabs here, bring those down, and that just secures these arms back behind here. Take the tires, work them out, and this is tough on this one side. I don't know why. Kind of want it to snap. Bring it in, and then collapse it back down. Same thing on this side. Collapse it in. Let's take this tab, flip it down. Same thing on this side. Flip that tab down. Make sure that these in here, they're kind of double hinged. Make sure you've got enough clearance to work those all the way around, and then just collapse those down. Just like that. Next thing you want to do is take this, untab that from that front section. Same thing on this side. The easiest way I find to do this is actually just to go ahead and press it really hard, just to get it past this little groove right in here. Same thing on this side. Separate the feet. Extend these down. They don't extend much. Take the foot, rotate that around. Same thing with this side. Rotate that around, and then they just kind of clip in on their own. Then you can take them and right there at the knee, rotate the foot around, Same thing with this side. Just kind of unpeg that front. Pull these out, these front skirt pieces. That'll give you the clearance to bring it down his feet. Twist that back. Same thing on the other side. Take this section here. Make sure that it's freed up. Bring it up, and as you bring it up, you've got these 2 tabs here and these slots here. Just make sure that it all compresses nicely together. On the inside of these tires, you've got a slot, or you got a tab, and then you got these slots back here. What you want to do is kind of work these back. They're not going to go all the way back in, but you want to make sure and get that right inside of there. Same thing on this side. Fold it in. Now we can finish off with the arms. Bring them up. Rotate them down. Open this up. Extend this out. Just like that. It's kind of cool. They did include some detail on the inside of there. Give you a chance to kind of see that. You want to close this tab here. Flip out the hands. And then close that up. That tab's going to slip in there. The arms. Extend that out. Flip out the hands. Collapse that panel there. And there he is, all transformed. He looks pretty good. I do have some issues. I think he needs more bulk kind of up here in the shoulders. Maybe if those were a little bit higher. I kind of wish this kind of tapered in more. Maybe if that just kind of collapsed in, just give him a little bit more of a thinner silhouette. The hip skirts over here on the sides, I wish that they had a way that they could articulate out just to give him a better range of motion. We'll go through that here in a second when I go through his range of motion. But all in all, I think he looks pretty good. The colors look pretty good. This could have been a little bit smaller in the abdomen area. I think his backpack cleaned up pretty nice. I mean, considering what he is, his transformation was actually kind of fun. Not overly complicated at all. I didn't like how these looked, these panels back here, but I actually think that they look pretty good on him. I don't think they did a bad job on that at all. The colors look great. I think overall he's a really good looking kind of bot. Real quick, just for size comparison, get that out of the way. So here he is. Here we have him with clamp down, and I think that's actually a pretty good size. Ironhide was always a little bit bigger. I mean, he was kind of Prime's right-hand man. So I think that's actually a good scale for the two. And I think it's probably about proper that he should be about that size. He was kind of always a bulking kind of guy, so yeah, I think that works. But let's go ahead and let's get that out of the way. Head sculpt looks really nice. I like that expression. The sculpt looks good. Paint applications are done very nice. As for articulation on the head, it does have a slight side-to-side motion going on, so you do get a little bit of a pivot there. So it's on a ball joint. You can look up, you can look down in pretty good range. Look left, and he can look right. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at his articulation. Arms are ratcheted. They can go all the way around. You got to kind of watch that way that they articulate on the shoulder there, so you got to kind of bend that out. You can go all the way out with them. Good range. I don't like that, how that looks like that, just that thin little thing there. But you do have an upper bicep swivel, kind of stiff. Elbow bend gets you right at about 90 degrees. Of course, you do have the wrist swivel, and then the hands are kind of the typical mitts for the masterpiece, where it's just the four fingers together and they open and close. No articulation on the thumb. You do have a waist swivel. You get hindrance on this. You can lift up this skirt up here, which will get his legs out to about there, and they're just a friction joint. So you can get your legs out to about there. Going out, you can get that far. Not a huge range of motion there. Going back, you get that far. with the thighs. About roughly almost a 90-degree bend at the knee going back. You do have knee rotation. And then down here on the feet themselves, you do have a rocker to get you out. And not much, a little bit of tilt. He really is kind of a mishmash. You've got a lot of nice angular lines going on up in the upper area, and then the bottom area after the thighs just kind of becomes blocky and hulking. And to me, the legs are kind of how Ironhide should be, but maybe that's a little bit more G1-esque, where it's just so basic and just square. Maybe they could have done a little bit more kind of like this up here, down here, but I think it goes well with any Transformers collection that you may have out there. And I think he's essential. You've got to have an Ironhide. And I do like it. I think they did a pretty good job. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of his accessories he's got. His pistols don't peg in at all. I can't get him to get far enough back to hit the notch on the inside of the fist. And the thumbs, since they do not articulate, I don't want to break those. So the pistols, you got to go with hand tension just to keep them in the hands. And I mean, they do a pretty good job. They're not super loose in his hands or anything like that with his hands closed. But the pistols, don't want to break hands on a Transformer if you don't have to. So pistols are kind of a mixed bag. Let's take a look at this here. I think this is going to kind of be the same situation. Again, same kind of thing. The slot on the hand is so far back. So I mean, he can hold it, but it's not pegged in. Radar dish. So that pegs in fine. See the rocket launcher, so we've got double articulation there, so it can go there and then around the back. So let's take a look here on the back area. I think I personally would probably like it off to the side. You could even have it as part of his hand, part of his arm, and he'll hold it fine, as you can see. So the jetpack is just plugging the effects on there. You just plug it right into his back. You can kind of get a forward-facing motion while he's flying through the air. If they had, you might be able to get a post in the back there, get him on a little bit of a flight stand, because I don't think that looks bad. I think that actually looks pretty good. Take a look at the hand here, one of the hands. This one is just the fluid hand. It looks pretty good. I think they did a great job on that sculpt. So open that up. Flip the hand back inside to where we get the post. Just take the hand. Plugs in fine. So that's your fluid hand. Looks fine. You can be asking you for something. Little nozzle hand. And then you got that one. Looks good. Then we can also switch out his head, which is easy enough to do. You just slip that forward. Although I have seen a lot of reviews where the head comes off way too easy. But this doesn't seem to have that problem. And put that one back on. And they actually call this his crying face. This was his expression, I believe, when he was getting shot in the movie. So yeah, that's him dying. The other thing really to look at with his accessories is this piece here. So let's go ahead and let's see what that looks like here. Actually, it looks kind of cool. I like how it looks underneath that blue visor. Definitely looks like he's got some scan lines going on. That works alright. Kind of gimmicky, but all in all, I think he's a great looking figure. He does have some shortcomings. I think he's way better than Trax was. And that's saying a lot. Trax had some major issues and some weird design cues. This guy does too, but I think they're a little bit more forgivable. I really enjoy it. I think he looks great on the shelf. He's great for posing. He's got a lot of accessories, great paint job, and just great attention to detail on this guy. I don't like the shoulders so much. I think the legs, the design between the legs, the lower section of the legs and then the upper section of the chest area, I think there's some weird design cues going on between that, but for the most part, I really do like this figure. I think it's a great buy. If you're into the Masterpiece figures, I highly recommend getting this figure. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Peace out, and we will talk to you soon. Bye. What makes this podcast unique?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan, 130 the Eclectic Podcast, just coming at you right now, letting you know what we're on into YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on back now. Be the third subscriber. You get absolutely nothing. Thank you so much. And please listen to the Eclectic Podcast because we are amazeballs.
Yeah, we're probably not quoting Mel Gibson ever again.
If you want to listen to lizard people or hear all about lizard people, lizard people, let them go, lizard people!